Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Jeff Lemieux. Joining me today is Henry Kessler, who is gearing up for his first U.S. national team camp as he joins the under-23 side for what is a joint camp with the full squad. It kicks off January 9th in Bradenton, Florida. Henry, we got a lot to talk about, but first of all, how did you enjoy the holidays?
I enjoyed them very much. It was good to get a break. Happy New Year, Jeff. I had my break and now I'm back. So I'm ready to go.
Well, congratulations on the call up. I know everyone at the club, all the fans, very excited for this opportunity for you. So I want to start just by asking, how did you get the news? And then what was your reaction to the news that you were headed to your first U.S. national team camp?
Yeah, so I would say this started in, I want to say even October. So maybe early November, October, and got a call from my agent, and he was saying, you might be headed to a camp in November. And obviously we did very well in the playoffs, so we advanced. And I didn't get the opportunity to go to that camp. But so then for this one, I got an email a couple of days before Christmas saying you've been invited to the 23s camp. So that was how I found out, and then proceeded to take the start to get ready and all that. But yeah, that's how I found out.
How'd you kind of, at first process those emotions of knowing, there's going to be an opportunity here to pull on the red, white, and blue?
Yeah, for sure. I think, last time we were still in playoffs, so I was like all Rebs, obviously still very focused on that. So it wasn't really in my head thinking about national team stuff. But now, we don't have club competitions right now. So very excited to be representing the U.S. This is my first ever camp. I haven't been to a single other youth national team camp. So, it'll be a new experience and one that I'm looking forward to.
You mentioned that previous camp, and they had a game in early December, and you mentioned you didn't really have the opportunity to be involved in that camp because, for good reason, you guys were in the Eastern Conference Final. But that camp did include, a lot of young MLS players. You probably would have been involved with that group. So what was that like for you if you watched that game in December against El Salvador, knowing that a similar opportunity was probably going to be coming for you in the near future?
Yeah, it was good to watch that game. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of guys that we've squared up against this year, a lot of MLS guys. So, guys that I'm familiar with. So it was good to see, guys that I've competed against, played with, that are, playing at that level, and kind of reassured me that I'm there as well. So it was good to see them get a good run. Obviously, great result against El Salvador. But, it was I'm reassuring in a way that, the guys that I'm competing against are at that level. And so hopefully I am as well.
You mentioned competition. This is a really unique camp because it's 12 senior players, 26 under 23 players. And at the end of the camp, 11 of the under 23 players are going to have that opportunity to join the senior squad for a friendly. So there is kind of a huge level of competition in this camp. So what is kind of your mindset heading to Florida, considering the unique circumstances of the camp?
You're right. Yeah, it is a unique camp. Certainly competition for those 11 spots. But my mindset is just, kind of play my game, do what I've been doing. I think that's why I got called up. So just kind of continue to keep the same mindset, play. Don't try to do too much. Just play like I've been playing. And, hopefully I'll get the opportunity to join the senior team.
Well, one of the guys who's with that senior team, your teammate, Matt Turner, he's going to be in camp. This is his third national team camp. So have you spoken with him at all about kind of what to expect with the U.S. national team camp? And do you think that'll be advantageous at all to have, Matt Turner down there with you in camp?
Yeah, I have spoken with him a bit. He's given me a little rundown on what it's going to be like, or what it was like in the previous camps. And that includes off the field stuff like, food. I was very curious to know what the food's like, stuff like that. So he's been helpful in that regard. And then on the field too, it'll be nice to play with him and get that opportunity, someone I'm very comfortable with. Obviously I've spent a lot of time together, so it'll be good to have a familiar face.
So food situation sounds like it'll be good.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it's going to be a little different, but I think it will be good. Yeah.
your college teammate, Darryl DK, is in camp as well. So as you look back, a little more than a year ago when you and Darryl DK are teammates at Virginia, could you have imagined being together in a national team camp, so soon after making the jump to the professional game?
Yeah, it's funny. Darryl's a good friend of mine. We weren't just teammates; we were close friends. So we kind of talked about stuff like this. So we're like, both, had the opportunity to get a Generation D's contract. So got drafted, and we kind of mentioned stuff like this. So it's surreal to see it come true that we'll be playing at the same U.S. camp.
When you guys faced off in the MLS Cup playoffs as well, and that wasn't that long ago. It's only been a month since the Eastern Conference Final against Columbus. So did you get much of a break? What was break like? And now what's been preparation? What has preparation been like for you as you're kind of immediately turning around, getting ready for national team camp?
Yeah, that's crazy to think. It's, I think, a month to the day, right?
1 month today. Yep.
Yeah, that's, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound like we had much of a break at all. But so yeah, I think there were 2 weeks where I didn't do a ton, and then maybe December 20th, a few days before Christmas, started to get moving again, and came back to Mass a few days ago, and I've really started revving up. So that's what preparation's been like. It was a short off season, but it was a short off season the one before as well. So hopefully I'm used to it, and I'll be ready to go.
And you had such a successful rookie season in MLS with the Reds. So now, as you head into this national team camp, how can this camp kind of help propel you into year two as a pro, as you're going to be rolling into preseason shortly after this national team camp is done?
Yeah, I think it will help prepare me. I think, honestly, a shorter offseason can be helpful. I was talking with Coach Arena about it a little bit, and he was saying, he thinks 5 weeks is ideal because you don't have too much time. You don't lose too much fitness. You don't lose, you're not too rusty. Stuff like that is certainly helpful. So I think in a way it might help, and certainly playing with guys at the U.S., that level will be for sure a high level. So it'll get me really prepared for year two, I think.
Well, Henry, thanks so much for taking the time. Congratulations again on the call up. Best of luck in camp, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. See you soon, Jeff.